Hello, and welcome to Your Gov Non-Part, Political Science and Government for Everyone, and I'm your host, Paul Campbell, and today we would like to say a very happy Veterans Day to all the brave men and women around the world who have served their country in the armed forces. Here in the United States, we have actually two holidays honoring our veterans, and this causes some confusion that I'd like to clear up. Veterans Day is to honor all veterans who have served our nation in the armed forces, both living and past. The other holiday, Memorial Day, is specifically to honor those who have fallen in battle. So while Veterans Day honors all veterans, some of whom have passed, they may not have passed in battle. Memorial Day is specifically for those who have fallen in battle. Veterans Day is a legal holiday in the United States, meaning most government agencies are closed and banks, and it is a legal holiday because it was passed by an act of Congress and signed into a law by the President of the United States. This was in 1954 when Dwight D. Eisenhower, then president, signed the bill into law, supplanting the previous Armistice Day, which dated back to World War I. Armistice Day, you may or may not know, was the day that the armistice, the treaty, was signed ending World War I on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. In other words, at 11 a.m. on November 11th in 1918, World War I came to a close with the signing of the armistice. And that became the day that was the honoring of our veterans until 1954, when Veterans Day was signed into law, supplanting what had been Armistice Day. Now, I had said earlier that Veterans Day is for all veterans, both those living and dead. And as part of that celebration, every year, the President of the United States lays a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier, shown here, guarded by a Marine individual from the United States Marine Corps. This is located at the Arlington National Cemetery in Arlington, Virginia, just south of our nation's capital in Washington, D.C. And this is part of the ceremony, and only part, to honor those that have passed on. As a matter of formality, even though Veterans Day is a legal holiday, every year the President of the United States issues a formal written proclamation declaring that day each year as the day we shall honor our veterans, both living and fallen. Shown here is a copy of the one from last year, signed by President Barack Obama, the proclamation of Veterans Day for 2011, and you can see it is a very formal written document bearing the seal of the President of the United States, and this is something that the President does to honor our veterans every year on November 11th. Now, it should be noted that Veterans Day between 1954 and 1978 went through various legislative or executive changes as to when it would actually be celebrated, and it finally was reset at November 11th in 1978 by then President Gerald Ford. If it falls on a Saturday or a Sunday, Veterans Day still is November 11th. The observance of the holiday and the respect that federal agencies are closed or the banks are closed or those sorts of things that we associate with legal holidays then is observed on the following Monday under the Uniform Monday Holiday Act. And you can find a video about explaining the Uniform Monday Holiday Act here on this site. to make that a little more clear for you. But the actual day still is observed on the 11th of November. Now, Veterans Day is not unique to the United States. It's celebrated by many, many countries around the world in honor of the brave men and women who have served them. It's called by different names in different countries, whether that might be Remembrance Day or Remembrance Sunday, Anzac Day is similar to what would have been Armistice Day. In Norway, it goes by a different name and is celebrated actually in May 8th, but with the same purpose, to honor the veterans of their country who have served their nation so bravely. So we would like to take this opportunity to say a very happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all of you brave men and women who serve and have served your countries. We thank you for your service, for keeping us safe, and for keeping us free. We'd like to thank everyone for watching this episode of Your Gov Non-Parts segment on Veterans Day. We hope you'll take some time to pick subscribe above and join us for future episodes. You can always join us on Facebook. You can find us on MoTube and get updates to your mobile phone. It'll give you text updates when we load new videos. If you have questions or comments, please, we encourage you to leave them in the comments section below, and we will get back to you just as soon as humanly possible. We hope you'll take time to rate this video with either a like or a dislike. And as always, thank you for watching.